Okay. Since it is June, which is halfway through the year, and it's basically halfway through June, I thought it'd be fun to give my favorite albums of the year thus far. I have a bit over 20 of these, so I'm just going to rapid fire through them, starting with the Screamo album, Fawn by Foxtails. This has only grew on me. I listened to it again quite recently, and it's so good. The violin just makes the album. It sets it apart from the rest. Of course, you've got The Overload by Yard Act. Sorry, I'm trying to get to it. We've got The Overload by Yard Act. I've already spoke my piece about this album. It's still a 10 out of 10. If you want to go see my actual thoughts, go to my ranking my 10 out of 10 videos, and you can get my full thoughts there. 1111 by Pinegrove. This is a really solid indie album. It's very mellow, it's a bit political at points, and I really enjoy it. I mean, I think this has the best line in music, which is never forget the t-shirt, or never forget, comma, the t-shirt says, with no mask on, which is a reference to 9/11 and COVID. I think it's a really clever line. The vocals on this thing are incredible, and it's a very pleasant listening experience. Of course, another one of my favorites is... I can already tell you what it is, but it's Once Twice Melody by Beach House. I don't know, like, this album was a lot better than I thought it would be. It's very melodic throughout, and while there are tracks that kind of sag a bit, I think overall this is a very tight and neatly packed track list. The title track, Superstar, New Romance, Through Me, Another Go Around are some of my favorites on this album. And also the synths on this thing, oh my god. Triplomatic Immunity by Smoke DZA, 183rd and Nimlo. This is an incredible rap album. It's more of an EP, but it was listed as an album, so I'm calling it an album. Same Gay Parlay, Ticket Prices, Coach K are just some of my favorites on this thing. Overall, a really great album. Smoke DZA brings the fire, and he does on the next album, a later album in this, but I won't spoil that yet. Of course, I had to have Hygiene by Drug Church. This is becoming one of my favorite albums. It doesn't miss a beat ever. The vocals on this thing are always amazing, and there's such screamable moments to go with, like I believe it's Million Miles of Fun. World Impact, sorry. On World Impact, where he goes, do-do-do-do-do, collision! Oh my god, I love it. Detective Lieutenant is by far my favorite track. That's World Impact, god damn it. Detective Lieutenant, there's only one side of the street you're responsible for. And it's your... Oh my god, I love it. It's a great album. Who Cares by Rex Orange County is another indie album on this list. I really tried to keep up with it this year, and I think I did a great job of finding the good. Keep It Up is by far my favorite track on this thing. It's orchestrated for the most of it, and it's it's an upbeat type song, but it's like, keep it up so you're holding out for what you want, you know what I mean? The big addition with Rex Orange County here is the strings, and I think that perfectly suits it. So, yeah. Tana Talk 4 by Benny the Butcher. This is an incredible album. None of the features sag, except for 38 Special. But other than that one, I mean, like, this is a great album. I don't see any issues in this album, or any, like, apparent issues. I think by far my favorite track is probably Super Plug or 10 More Commandments. Sorry, that's my favorite, where he just adds on to what Biggie said in his track, 10 More Crack Commandments. Yeah, great album, well worth the listen. Melt My Eyes, See Your Future by Denzel Curry. I don't even know what I have to say. This is Denzel Curry's best work, and that's someone who has Zoo, Taboo under their belt, so yeah, it's pretty great. Highly recommend the track Walkin', Melt Session, and Worst Comes to Worst. Those are my three favorites. Dream Widow, the self-titled album from the Foo Fighters. It's the Foo Fighters side project that's a metal band from Studio 666. This is an incredible metal album. I mean, the deep vocals aren't the best thing in the world, but those don't happen all too often. It's mostly screams. I think my favorite track is by far Come All Ye Unfaithful, come, all ye unfaithful. Sorry. Yeah, it's a great album. I mean, the only track that's bad is Angel with Severed Wings, but other than that, I mean, great album. The Unraveling of PUP the Band by PUP. I've already said my piece on this in a full-on review, so go check that out if you want to hear my full thoughts, but it's an incredible album. Great piece of music. This World Is Going to Ruin You by You-Veinfm. I love this. It's by far the best metal album I've listened to this year. It's gonna make my top 10, but it's great. I don't love the person behind the music, but goddamn is it a great album. And I can't not admit that. Full Court Press by Girl Talk, Big KRIT, Wiz Khalifa, and Smoke DZA. This is just an incredible album. This is a great collaboration album. Everybody on this album, including Wiz Khalifa, surprisingly, pulls their weight. I mean, like, my favorite track is still Push You On, but Ain't No Fun, No Singles, Season, they're all really good tracks. Fear of the Dawn by Jack White. Yeah, no, this is a great album. I mean, like, most of these tracks are headbangable and screamable with the lyrics, especially What's the Trick, the title track, and, That Was Then and This Is Now. Sorry, I love that song. The guitar work on this thing is great as always, because Jack White is, in my opinion, the greatest guitarist of all time, for me. Yeah. Love Jack White. Ominium Gatherum by King Gizzard and Lizard Wizard. I have a full-on review for this one, too. It's a great double album. I did say some negative things about it, but, like, The Garden Goblin and Candles fucking Sadie Sorceress have both grown on me a little bit. Not to the point where they're good, but to the point where they're not terrible. It's Almost Dry by Pusha T. This is a great album. I don't know what to say. It's just a great album. Just listen to all of it. Not every track slaps, but every track offers something different. And that's all I was really looking for in this Pusha T album. Blue Water Down by Kehlani. This is a great... I think I'd call it an R&B album. I'm not too sure, though, so someone correct me in the comments, please. The strings in some of these songs are beautiful. It can be lush at times, and it can also... Hi, Andy. And it can also be just... like, kind of bob your head to. What are you eating? Oh my god. Yeah. Sorry, I don't know why I reached for that. Headful of Sugar by Sunflower Bean. Another great indie album I've listened to. Who Put You Up to This, Roll the Dice, and by far my favorite track, I Don't Have Control Sometimes, are my three favorites. And then, of course, Feel Somebody. But they're all... Every track on this, aside from one, which is Other Side, and Beat the Odds, are at least good. So there's that. Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers by Kendrick Lamar. If you want to know my full thoughts on this, go watch the video. I did a whole video on it, so please, by all means. Dance Fever by Florence and the Machine. This is another great Florence and the Machine album. That's 5 in a row from Florence. And yeah, I mean, like, Dream Evil Girl, Cassandra is my favorite song. Heaven Is Here is great. Daffodil is great. I mean, it's a great album. The vocals on this thing, the vocals on this thing are as good as ever, and the instrumentation is as tight as ever. Harry's House by Harry Styles. This is the most synthy Harry has ever gotten, more synth pop, but I think it works out. I mean, the vocals on this thing always deliver, and the instrumentals always deliver. So, there's that. The Inside Outtakes by Burnham. Because, of course, this is a near-perfect album, just like the original was. I mean, like, The Future, 1985, 5 Years, Biden, The Chicken. Oh my god, I love The Chicken. But, yeah, great album. White Jesus, Black Problems by Fantastic Negrito. This is some great blues. It was inspired by the illegal interracial relationship between his 7th-generation grandparents. It's about racism, capitalism, and the meaning of freedom, according to him, which I actually kind of agree with. So, there you go. And, finally, The Preacher's Daughter by Ethel Cain. I just did a review of this one. Go check that out. I explained all my thoughts in there. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, week, evening, month, whatever you're doing. Make it great.